Hi, this is Cece, and on behalf of Scrapbook Centrale, welcome to another Tutorial Tuesday. Well, today I'm doing another shimmery glittery project, again using a butterfly. I know I've used one last week, but this one is a little bit different. So first, here's a list of the supplies. This set is a combination of stamp and die. It is number COL1317 from Marianne Design. The stencil number 922122 from the Donna Downey Studios collection by Prima. Some black embossing powder, a Versamark stamp pad, a pouch with powder to remove the static on your paper, your heat tool, Art Anthology Sorbet dimensional gel paint in June Bud, a sponge or a spouncer, these 4 colors of Wink of Stella brushes. This is glitter green 040, glitter clear 999, glitter yellow 050, and glitter black 010. A paper piercer, some foam adhesive as well as your favorite double-sided adhesive, a piece of white cardstock that measures 4 1/4 by 11 folded in half at the 5 1/2 inch mark, a piece of black cardstock that measures 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, a piece of craft cardstock that measures 3 1/8 by 4 3/8, a second piece of white cardstock that measures 4 by 4, and Onyx Pearl Liquid Pearls by Ranger. First, I'm going to start by creating the background on the piece of craft cardstock. I'm going to turn that over, and I'll be using the stencil with some Sorbet dimensional paint. And what's cool about this paint is that it adds a beautiful shimmer. It's full of glitter, and when it dries, the effect is really spectacular. But I want it kind of subdued. This color is very bright and bold, so that's why I opted for a craft cardstock. So I'm just going to put the stencil right over that and shake it a bit. And with the spouncer, I'm going to grab the paint first inside my lid. And contrary to what you've probably learned before about stenciling with a spouncer, I don't want to remove the excess. I really want a lot of paint on this. And you'll see why when we're done. Just be careful as to holding your stencil properly when you do that. Grab some more of these, and if I have any excess, that's not a big problem. I'm going to carry this all around the stencil. And I also like the texture that I get from the spouncer. Okay, so let's reveal our beautiful stenciling. How cool is that? I'm going to go wash up my stencil and my spouncer, and I'll be right back. I'm going to put this piece aside to let it dry. It's not going to take all that long, but you'll see the beautiful finish once it's dry. It almost adds this vinyl feel to it as well. So it really cool paint. So I have my piece of cardstock that measures 4 by 4. If you're using a textured cardstock, make sure that you are on the smooth side. It's better when you emboss and stamp. I have my pouch here, which I'm going to run over the cardstock, and this will ensure that my black powder does not stick all over the cardstock. And I have Versamark with my stamp. I'm going to ink this up and stamp right here. It doesn't matter where you place your butterfly, because we'll be die cutting that. And I have my powder, my black embossing powder right here. And I will emboss this with my heat tool. And now we're going to get the coloring. I'll probably fast forward this, but I will use the Winks of Stella brushes to color the image in. Okay, so now I'm finished with the green. The reason why I decided to include a yellow in the list of supplies is because the green that I have does not exactly match our green from the dimensional paint. And I'm just going to bring that in just to show you. It's a different green, but by layering a yellow on top of that green that we have there, we're going to find an almost exact match to that color. Alright, so here's the finished butterfly. Look at how shimmery it is. It's unbelievable. The stuff that you saw me add at the end is the clear one, and although it's it doesn't really show on the white cardstock, you still see the shimmer. So I thought it was very important for me to add the shimmer because I didn't want any flat surfaces on our butterfly. So now we need to die cut this, and here's the die that matches the butterfly. Now obviously I can't put this on top and die cut it because I would be going in blind. You still need to line this up. So I forgot to mention at the beginning, but you're going to need a piece of scrap paper. I have a piece here that I will use to die cut the butterfly, and that paper in return, I will remove the piece that I die cut, and I will be left with some sort of a stencil, and then I'll be able to layer that over the butterfly and then align the die properly. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that out first. And here it is. So I'm going to remove that part here, part of the butterfly that was cut. And I'll use a paper piercer to remove those little pieces here that are left. I'll just poke them out. So now that I've made a template, I'm just going to take the image, put it on my cutting board or my cutting plate, and I will place that stencil or the template right over the image. And you'll just have to fiddle around with it just for a little bit. And to find the proper placement, then I'm going to take the die, and it will automatically catch against your template. So I'm going to put a piece of washi tape to hold everything down, meaning the die and these two layers of paper, and I'm going to run this through my machine. And next I want to emboss this piece. So I'm just first going to remove this because I don't need it anymore. So I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to emboss this. You're going to have to follow the instructions or the recipe for embossing in your own die cutting system. Mine is as follows. And the big reveal. Ta-da! Look how gorgeous this is. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Everything came out beautifully. I'm going to give you a close-up. Let me remove this plate for you. Look at this. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Gorgeous. So now we're going to put our card together. And now all we need to do is add the liquid pearls. Now the liquid pearls is just going to add a little finishing touch on the actual card. What I want to create is a couple of dots. And I think I'm going to add 5 on this side here. There we go. And that's it. And there's the finished card. I really like the way it turned out. I love that butterfly. I think it's intricate, it's beautiful. I love when a stamp matches a die. I just love it. I just want to give you a close-up again. Look how gorgeous that butterfly is. Oh, I love it. And you know me and glitter and shimmer, right? I mean, by now I'm sure you guys know me. So, and I actually like the way the liquid pearls turn out. It's closer to the black of the Wink of Stella brushes than it is to the black of the cardstock, which I like. I think it's a more subtle touch to it. And the reason why I chose craft cardstock is for the background here. I didn't want to have too much of an impact or too much of a contrast between the lime green and the white. So I think by using a craft cardstock in the middle with that big splash of color, tones it down a little bit, makes the butterfly pop. So I hope that you've enjoyed this. If you have any questions or comments, as usual, leave them below. And I thank you for watching, and I will see you on Friday. Bye!